as promised, I have some Mayday Extinction gameplay for you. If you would, please like and subscribe or leave some comments so I know that you guys are watching and enjoying these videos. They do take up a lot of time to render, download, and then upload. This video here takes a minimum about an hour for each video, so if you could, just please slap that like button, drop me a comment so I can make sure that you guys are watching and enjoying, and as long as this video get enough likes, I'll go ahead and upload part 2. This is on solo. I'm actually playing the solo. I beat it a couple times online, just playing with some random people. I decided to go at it solo and try to record it. It definitely is a pain in the ass. I don't have a capture card or anything, so I'm using the in-system game DVR. So I've got to time everything right perfectly so I can stop that video and start recording another one. It's somewhat difficult, so any likes, comments would be greatly appreciated. This map is actually, this map pack, or this DLC, this Extinction one, which is Mayday, is actually, it's easier than Nightfall. I still have not beaten Nightfall. I plan on doing some more Extinction videos, even of the first, the one that came with the game, preloaded, and then I'll do some Nightfall, provided that this these walkthroughs of Mayday do really well. I'll upload that, provided that I get enough likes on this, because I don't want to upload a bunch of videos that no one watches or no one cares to watch. This one I'm using the just your standard loadout here. I'm going with man, I forget what it's called. It's the first one you have there, the one with the ammunition on it, basically the guy that can reload faster. I'm working on getting the teeth so I can upgrade the characters. I will either be doing the engineer one first, tank, or the medic, so that I'm able to revive everyone without actually having to go over to them. Just double tap, I believe it's either down or up arrow, and you're able to revive people from far away. Here's my tip on this, is especially playing solo. What I like to do is run in here. I grab the flares first. There are enough schematics throughout this map that you can build your flares. Go ahead and get all your parts, build your flares, and then go ahead and create them. And then now you can go, and then I would honestly be saving up to get the Venom X schematics here, or the Venom X scheme, which works pretty good. So far, I've been liking the blue Billion. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I think that's what it's referred to. The blue one's pretty neat. It's got the shot capability on it. This map, there's water everywhere, so it seems to be more conductive, and it works really well. Hopefully, one of the other videos I'll upload that show me going through about the second part of this map. Or actually, I apologize. It's the third part of the map with a bunch of people just playing online, and I end up taking about 4 aliens out with 1 blast from the thing. So I would definitely highly recommend the Venom X with the blue Billion, I believe is what it's referred to. As you can see, a good gun to begin with is going to be the Ripper. I find the Ripper is actually really good, and I tend to actually hold that one throughout the entire game. If I buff out my, I guess my pistol perk thing there, I'm actually able to carry 2 primary weapons, which actually works out really well too, especially when I'm playing online, and you don't have to worry about having to drop ammo all the time if you got 2 primaries. So you can end up with 2 primaries, the Venom X, flares, riot shields. You're looking pretty good when you get to that point. Traps, I'm finding, are very, very useful in this map versus some of the other maps where they just kind of jump over them and they're just garbage. This trap particularly, which you're about to find out, is very, very good. I end up getting this challenge done pretty quickly just because it's so strong. I mean, it's 2 hits with electric trap and it's done. So if you end up getting this one, or this challenge, which I tend to get a lot, just start this trap and then just jump back and forth. When you see a guy coming to you, just sit there, wait for him. If he jumps over it, just jump back to the other side like I just do there, and then everyone will run over it and they'll get taken out. Bam, bam, dead. It works out really, really good. There is intel on this side, which I will show you where that is later on in the video. I make sure to try to, all the ones that I have found, I'll make sure to show you videos on where those locate. If I end up finding them all, maybe I'll do a video later on about specifically where to find all the intels and on this entire diorite. Mayday. Now, when you're playing solo or if you're playing on a team, it's actually it's slightly different. You'll tend to get a crap ton of phantoms or a ridiculous amount of rhinos when you're playing on a team. Whenever I go solo here, typically what you'll end up getting the most of is the phantoms versus the rhinos, and you'll notice that right before you get to the second part of the video, usually right before you're about to unlock the second half of this, I guess the second half or the second part, there's 4 parts to it, the second part of it, there's usually a rhino that comes out. It's pretty tight quarters. When you play by yourself solo, a rhino actually doesn't come out. Around 90% of the time, it's going to be the phantom. I guess I can explain a little bit about the teeth. So the teeth on this map, with the second DLC when it came out, they upgraded it to where you'll get teeth. If you prestige before earlier on playing the other Extinction maps, you'll get the appropriate amount of teeth for doing all that work. So you won't have to redo everything that you've done to get the teeth. You'll get them. Now I believe it's either every 24 hours or every 8 hours, you'll end up getting a pool of teeth. And all you basically have to do with that is destroy hives. So all you got to do is play a couple matches, destroy all the hives, and you'll end up getting all the pool of teeth, which greatly helps you out in regards to getting those upgrades. The majority of the upgrades that are halfway decent, they cost 15 teeth, some cost 20, some cost up to 40. So definitely take a look through those upgrades to figure out which one you want to use first. I personally suggest that you upgrade the character loadouts or the class loadouts, whether it's the engineer, the tank, the medic, and those. Get those done first, and then you can focus on the other things, like buffing up your turrets, different things like that. Maybe I'll do a video later on showing you all of the things that you can do with the teeth. So as you can see here, and earlier, what I'm loading out is basically that pistol loadout that I have on here. The reason I'm doing that is because once I get it up to 3, I'm able to carry 2 primaries, and as I said before, I find that to be extremely helpful. If you start just mowing them down, you don't have enough money for ammo, you just flip back to that primary, and then you have usually enough ammo to get you to that point where you can get enough funds to drop down some more ammo, and then just kind of switch back to your primary, or your second primary, which works out really good. Sorry for the awkward pauses, as you see right here. Again, I'm using the in-system on the Xbox One, the game DVR function. What I have to do is kind of hit that home button twice really fast, swaps over to this snapped game DVR. I have to say stop recording, and then I have to go hit the home button, open it back up, the game DVR, and start a new video, or else it takes forever for it to upload the one that I just recorded. Here's where the first intel piece is. You shoot the window, you jump out. Sometimes there'll be a box here for the schematic, which I just got everything I needed for the flare. So how you do that is you just go into your loadouts, you hit X, and then boom, you have what you have. There's the first intel piece when you want to pick that up. And I believe that's all the intel piece that you'll find in this first map, excluding anything that you find opening up the boxes. Sorry, this part's kind of awful. I was switching back and forth. I think I did it way too many times, figuring out which one I wanted to get rid of versus to pick up the MR28. Believe it or not, the MR28 is very good, especially at the beginning. If you ever find one in the locker, I would definitely suggest picking that up. Maybe I'll do another gameplay whenever you are able to actually buy that from the map itself. But that's on the second part of, I believe it's the second half of the big opening, where you can end up buying the MR28, and as you'll see here in a minute, I mean, it's usually 1 to 2 shot kills on the smaller ones. The bigger ones obviously take a little bit more. The only downside is that it does not hold a lot of ammo at all. So maybe if you are running 2 primaries, you can always just get a good submachine gun like this, or your LSAT, and then get the MR28 at just see, boom, boom, 2 hits down, 1 hit for that. So you know that it's definitely pretty good. And use that as your second primary, which works out pretty good. Or just use that to begin with. If you run an ammo, just switch over to your sub, and then you usually have enough. And honestly, by the time you get down towards the latter part of this Extinction map, you usually have plenty of funds, or if you're playing online, there's usually no shortage of funds. Had to increase my sensitivity there. I noticed I was moving pretty slow. We are getting close to the end here. So this part's, the challenge in this part is exactly the same every single time. It will not change. You drop this, the Kraken tentacle arm just comes busting through this door right here, and you just got to basically shoot it until it goes away. It's honestly easier on solo to get that done, but if you end up jumping into a public match, you can get in there as long as somebody jumps on the turret, which is to the right, or everyone's just sitting there shooting at it, it will go down pretty quick. Normally about the time where the drill's halfway done, I usually have it gone by then. And the other thing to do too is why you're playing solo and why I get the flares is for that reason right there. I'll throw out the flare and then I can just solely focus on this tentacle arm and shoot it to get it to go away while all the aliens are focusing on it. I've done that a couple times now and I find that works every time. So that's a pretty good tactic. You'll notice when I built the sticky flare schematic, I ended up with 2 flares, which is very fantastic, very useful at the end. That's why I try to pick that up first off, build it for this area. Because the next area you'll find a couple more schematics, the hypo trap, along with I think it's the Tesla trap. I typically forego those. I open up the door for the Venom X, I grab that first, and then after I build that, then I can go back, and I usually get the Tesla because that works out great in the third part of the map, right before the Kraken, when you gotta defend the pipes from all the aliens before all the gas comes out. You just kind of go to it, and it ruins, it kind of ends the game for you right there. So that part's somewhat difficult, but I don't think I've ever lost when I got to that point, so it's not too bad, especially if you have the Teslas. Alright, well now that this video is coming to a close, I'm just going to go ahead and let it run out. If you could, just leave me a comment like I said earlier, like, subscribe, let me know you're watching and you want me to keep up with it. Peace.
That thing is headed back to the bottom, but I've got a feeling it'll be back soon.
The drill is halfway there.